carousel of color. Wonderful, wonderful color.
Walt Disney presents
Could you hold it a minute, Miss Holm? This way. A big smile. One more, please. Hold it. That's it. Thank you. Welcome back, Miss Holm.
Thank you.
Where was your best reception on the tour? Paris, London, or New York? Thank you, Miss Holm. Have you decided yet?
That's for the theatre director to say, not me.
You're not going to rest? You're going straight into rehearsal now, your bet?
Thank you, gentlemen. That's all. Kirsten, Mette, how good to see you. Come, let's get out of this crowd. You can ride into town with me.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad you're back, Kirsten. Was the tour exciting?
It was a success, I think. The press and the audiences were terribly kind. But nowadays, everything goes so fast. Waking up some mornings, I wouldn't remember if I was in Paris or New York.
But it must be wonderful.
Not as wonderful as coming back. Now tell me, my little protege, how are you? And how is your dancing?
Oh, fine.
And the lessons? Is Madame Karova pleased with you? Are you doing well?
I'm doing all right.
Is all right going to be good enough? What are you working on?
Swan Lake. Oh, Kirsten, I've missed your help. I've needed you to make me work.
Perhaps you're working too hard already. You look tired.
No, I'm not tired.
Mette!
Oh, hello, Ingrid. What's the matter?
History lessons all morning with Miss Larson. Boring. And she's so strict. And after dancing class, it's geography. And I'm no good at that either.
Well, we've all had to do this. And I liked Miss Larson.
How could you? Ingrid, pay attention. Ingrid, you haven't done your homework.
Good morning, Miss Larson.
Good morning, Mette.
Do you think she heard me? Mette, where were you earlier? I waited for you outside your class, but you weren't there.
No, I was at the airport. Kirsten's back and I went to meet her. We drove into town together.
Gosh, you mean just the two of you? How fabulous. What did you talk about?
Oh, work, her tour. She's going to help me again.
Mette, I wanted to ask you, would you help me the way Kirsten helps you?
But I haven't even qualified to be in the company yet.
You're the best in your division. You're bound to qualify. Everybody says so.
Ingrid,
The exam's coming up, and I'll never pass unless you help me. Oh, please.
I can't help you. I've my own examination to pass. And I'm all behind in my work, and... Ingrid, I can't help anyone.
Attention! Silence! Quiet, please. Attention. The alphabet of the ballet is the 5 positions. First position, second, third, fourth, and 5th position. 5th position. Learn the positions, the discipline, the patterns, and the rest is easy.
There is too much noise before class begins. This is a ballet school, not a zoo. Some of you need reminding of the difference. Take your places at the bar. The alphabet of the ballet, as you have just heard, is the 5 positions. Let's begin with pliés in the 5 positions. And 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and...
Good afternoon, Mr. Gunderson.
Good afternoon, girls. Please continue, madam.
Thank you. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Mette Sorenson.
She's nervous that you're watching her.
Could you come outside for a moment, please?
Continue. Your bourrées are not nearly smooth enough. 1, 2.
I don't understand. Mette Sorenson has been making such good progress until now.
Just this last week or so. She doesn't concentrate, however strict I am with her.
You better send her to my office.
Of course. Kirsten,
Madame.
the ballet master and I were just talking about your young protégée.
Mette?
Her work. I don't know what's on her mind, but it has me worried. If she doesn't pass her examination next week, she won't get into the company.
Why don't you talk to her, Kirsten?
The child used to show such promise.
I noticed something was troubling her when we came in from the airport. I'll ask her to my dressing room after the performance tomorrow night and talk to her then.
I wish you would.
Thank you, Kirsten. Maybe you can get through to her.
I'll try.
Come, Kirsten.
You too, Henning. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come in, Mette.
Excuse me.
Good evening, Mette.
Good evening, Henning.
I'll see you later.
Sit down and talk to me. Mrs. Hanson, would you please take my costume up to wardrobe and tell them the skirt has a tear in it?
Yes.
Well, how was it tonight?
Oh, Kirsten, it was wonderful. I've never seen you dance better.
The Ballet Master said he had, and he was right. Oh, I've something for you.
Oh, Kirsten,
I found it in a little store in Paris.
it's beautiful.
I'm glad you like it. Now listen to me, Mette. The Ballet Master and Madame Karova say that your work's suddenly fallen off. Why? You've been with the school 9 years as one of the most promising students. And now, with your final exam coming up, something's gone wrong. If you won't talk about it, my dear, I can't help you. And I want to.
Oh, I know. You've always been wonderful to me.
You have so much ahead of you, Mette. This is your critical year as a dancer.
It might be better if I didn't pass into the company.
Why do you say that? What's making you unhappy? Have you fallen in love? Is that it?
No.
Love can be a big problem for a dancer. Oh, I don't mean career versus marriage. That's an old-fashioned argument.
I'm not against love, Kirsten. But I'm not in love.
Well, if it isn't love that's upsetting you, what is it? Something wrong at home?
I have a very good home. My parents love me, and I love them. They've sacrificed a lot for me. I'm all right, Kirsten. I have to go now, or Mother will be worried about me. Thank you again for everything. It's a lovely present. Good night.
Sorenson. In bar 24, you played an A sharp, not A natural.
A sharp or A flat, it's all natural for Sorenson.
If you insist on playing the allegro at the speed of a runaway horse...
Runaway horse?
You must
You're
have
playing like a tired turtle.
Upside down again.
I do not.
Are you sure you're playing Mozart?
Of course. Major, I'm being bullied.
I'm on your side, Papa. Good evening.
Good evening, Mette.
I didn't see you in the orchestra pit tonight, Mr. Reichardt.
It's my night off, my dear. So I come here to work. And what happens?
It's such a small group. At last his mistakes show up, and he blames them on us.
Your father ruins string quartets by playing the cello parts on his bassoon. Well, one day a cello player will move into this neighborhood, and then Paul Sorenson and his bassoon out.
Oh.
Ah.
Hello, Mother.
Hello.
Come along and help yourselves. Thank you, my dear.
This beats making music any day.
The best coffee in Copenhagen.
Cake looks wonderful.
As usual.
You're very late again, Mette.
I know, Mother. I'm sorry.
Another extra class, I suppose.
No, I stayed to see Kirsten Holm open tonight in her new ballet. She asked me to her dressing room afterwards.
What for?
To talk. She helps me my work. You know that.
Then you and I are going to talk now.
Oh, not now, Mother. Please. I'm too tired.
Every day you are too tired.
You're driving yourself so hard, Mette. It's changing you from a young girl who should be enjoying life into a machine. How many times do I have to tell you that?
Not any more times, please, Mother.
Look at yourself. You're wound up like a spring. You seem to have forgotten how to laugh.
I'm all right. Please leave me alone.
Don't you realize that seeing you like this, tense and unhappy, makes me unhappy?
Then why do you keep asking me to give up the only thing I want to do? Why do you try to make me feel guilty?
I'm trying to stop you wasting your youth, your life, Mette.
Dancing is my life. Kirsten Holm gave that to me. Oh, Mother, I'd give anything to be like her. A great dancer, famous, traveling all over the world.
Yes, and alone.
Nobody with a great talent's ever alone.
Did she tell you that?
No, but she's told me that I'm good and that if I practice...
Mette, dancing's made a slave of her. And when she gets older and can't dance anymore, what does she do? Live on memories? Teach, like your Madame Karova? And live alone? I don't want you to have a life like that.
What do you want for me, then?
Enjoy your life. Fall in love with a good man. Someone like young Sven, whom you never see anymore. Marry.
Oh, Mother.
Sven's a nice boy from a good family. He could give you love, security. He's very fond of you.
Mother, why do you keep on like this? Please stop.
I don't want you to be unhappy.
Please, please stop.
No, Mette. I've told you before. When your contract ends in a few weeks, I'm writing to the director to say you're leaving the ballet. You'll thank me for it one day. This is quite final, Mette.
Good night,
Good
Mrs.
night.
Sorenson.
Good night.
Thank you, Mrs. Sorenson. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank
See you next Tuesday.
Fine. What's the matter, Helga? What's wrong?
You know what's wrong.
No. Mette?
Of course, Mette.
Because she came home late again? You knew where she was.
Yes, I knew where she was. And I have told her for the last time it's got to stop. All this working. Oh, I know the ballet school has given her a fine education, but this last year her mind has been on nothing but dancing, nothing. What kind of life is that for a young girl?
It's her life, Helga.
Can't you see how ill it's making her? No, you can't see. All you see is a foolish dream of her one day being a star dancer, so that you can boast about her to your friends.
Is that all I see?
You are both dreamers. Both of you.
Mette has a great talent.
You both made yourselves believe that.
Helga, you are adding to the strain she is under already. Worrying about her examination.
She can stop worrying about it, because it doesn't matter if she passes it or not. I'm not going to let my only doctor throw away the best years of her life. She is leaving the ballet school. That's final.
Her pirouettes need working on, and her line isn't very good. Oh, stop it, Professor.
She won't notice us here.
Perhaps I shouldn't have come.
Sorenson. Sorenson.
Now you watch. That wasn't good. Shut up.
Well, you never know. I thought she did well.
No.
Hansen.
All right, that settles it for Karen Holstead. Well, many capable dancers find their proper level in the chorus. Next, Mette Sorenson.
There are only 2 openings into the company.
If Moscow leaves, as he says she might, there will be 3. But there are only 2 vacancies for certain, yes.
I must say I was disappointed in Sorenson. Tyson and Haverman did much better. Mette's technique was too mechanical. Well, she didn't do badly, but...
I thought she danced without any inspiration at all.
I agree. Miss Holm?
Considering the girl's excellent record, aren't we being a little unfair to decide only on the basis of today's showing?
But that's what we're here for. Only the best are supposed to be good enough.
Every artist has off days.
You know perfectly well, Kirsten, that no true artist ever falls below a certain minimum of excellence. Mette Sorenson fell considerably below what hers should be.
I'm only saying
You're
that perhaps...
not judging impartially.
Perhaps I'm not, entirely. But over the years, I've been watching this girl. She has a talent that's, well, quite unusual.
So you're pleading for her, to say the least.
The whole thing on my fault. Look, the result.
First Tyson, second Haverman, third Sorenson.
Good. Anyway, she did pass. I told you she would. No, you did not.
This is a waste of time, Mette.
Please, Kirsten asked to talk to you before you see the director. And you promised me.
Very well, but it's a waste of time.
Please, Mother.
Thank you. That's enough.
We'll do it that way on stage this afternoon.
All right.
Thank you.
Kirsten, this is my mother.
I'm happy to meet you, Mrs. Sorenson. I'm sorry I couldn't see you sooner. But I've been rehearsing all morning. There's always so much work to do.
I'm only too aware of the work that's involved from Mette. Bruised and blistered feet, days of fatigue, at a time in her life when a girl should be happiest and free.
Yes, that's all true.
And what does it all add up to, this work? And please don't say the honor attached to it. I hear that from my husband at home and from Mette. It's not worth it.
Oh, Mother.
No, Mette.
Mrs. Sorenson, you're right. It is a high price to pay. To be a dancer is to live a life of hard work and fatigue. And it's a short life.
That's what I tell Mette.
You work, endure pain, use every last bit of strength. And for what? For a moment or two of poetry that vanishes as soon as it's created. But for those of us who love it, who feel it, it's worth the price.
It might be for people like you, a star. But not for the others, girls like my daughter.
Being a star, as you call it, doesn't make any difference. We are all part of a team, each of us depending on the other. Don't you see?
No, I'm afraid I don't. For most of the girls, it's a waste of their youth, and, well, in the end, it breaks their hearts. When the season finishes, I'm taking Mette away.
After all those years of working?
Those years have made her strained, tired. She has had enough.
You're a very fortunate mother, Mrs. Sorenson.
Why?
I understand now why Mette's been so unhappy. She sees that you are. She must love you very much, to give up her career and all her promise, to please you.
It's for her own good.
But will you do one thing for her before you take her away?
What thing?
Come to see Swan Lake next week and see the world she's leaving through loyalty to you. Will you?
Very well. But I won't change my mind.
Thank you for your time. I'll send you the tickets. Goodbye.
Are you going to the director now?
No. She's a clever woman, your Kirsten Holm.
I'm sorry to burst in like this, but I have to see you.
But of course, Miss Holm. Please sit down. What is it?
The ballet is going to lose a very gifted dancer.
What are you talking about?
The schedule has me down to dance Swan Lake Wednesday next week.
Yes?
Then please talk to the ballet master. I want him to let Mette Sorenson dance the solo part in the waltz that night.
A solo part? Mette Sorenson? You're not serious.
I'm more than serious.
But Miss Holm, to give a part like that to a girl who has only placed third in the promotion test...
We'll make a scandal. I know all that.
I think I'm a reasonable man, but really, the ballet master has to be consulted, and I can't believe that he...
I don't often get angry, and I've never made demands of you or the ballet master before. But this is a very special case, and I'm making demands now.
Listen to me, Miss Holm.
I might dance Swan Lake next Wednesday, or I might not. I'm very tired from my tour. You know that. If I dance Swan Lake, so will Mette Sorenson.
Did you see Reichardt?
Yes.
Look, Helga. Mette's name is here. In print. The first time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are you ready for your swan song, shall we call it?
Yes, terribly nervous.
Everybody's nervous, every time.
But you're relying on me, and
I'm not relying on you. You have to rely on yourself.
she's so graceful, like a real swan. Her movements are so perfect. Shh.
Listen. Oh, Kirsten.
Little swans. Little swans, hurry.
world of its own.
Oh, but Madame, she's wonderful. Will I ever be able to dance like that? And Mette. Mette's wonderful, too.
Do you hear that? Our Mette, Helga.
Bye. Beautiful, my dear.
Bye. It's a wonderful production.
Thank you.
Well, Herr Director?
Another triumph, Miss Holm.
I didn't mean me. I meant Mette Sorenson. How was she?
Good. You were right to persuade us to give her the chance tonight.
Oh, Mette, come here a minute.
Well, Mette, we were pleased with you tonight.
Thank you, Herr Director. I owe this to you.
Did your parents come? Your mother?
Yes, they're waiting for me at the stage door.
Better hurry then. Good night, my dear.
Good night, Kirsten. Good night, Herr Director.
Good night.
Hello, Papa.
Oh, hello.
Where's Mother?
She went home.
Didn't she stay to the end?
Yes, she stayed.
And?
I don't know. She just said she wanted to go home alone and for me to wait for you. You were very good tonight, Mette. I was so proud of you.
Thank you, Papa. Let's go now.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. I thought I'd come on ahead and get this ready.
Did you enjoy the ballet, Mother?
Very much. Your friend Kirsten's even better than you said she was. And you were very good, too.
Thank you. Well, are you still going to the director and tell him I have to leave?
No.
No? Oh, Mother, you mean that?
I tried to make you see things my way and hoped you would choose a happy, normal life instead of the world you made me go and see tonight. But I'm not going to force you. You must do what you want to do, Mette.
Here's to my little girl. The ballerina to be.